Hi, welcome to Bear Academy. This is a coffee chat about designers' daily thoughts and questions. And today's topic is about design challenge. Most of the advices and suggestions you will find on the internet is about not doing a design challenge for a job interview. But I think you should. And in this video, I want to talk about why we should do it and what and how. Stay tuned for this. Right. So for the first, we need to understand what is a design challenge. So during a job interview, your potential employer might brief you a task or a challenge. It's about some specific problem or for a group of people. And most of the time, you as a designer might be involved to do some simple research, or you might be provided with some insights or materials, and then you can consume. And then you spend a certain amount of time to work on this problem, and then finalize it with your proposed solution and present it to your potential employer as a presentation. So this is like a very common in the design interview process. And for example, your client might brief you, hey, this is a group of people and they have some questions about using a website to find some products. And now please go and start to build things and then show us. And it's also very common in some startup designer interview or even large corp designer interview as well. And the comments or the suggestions from the internet is about not to do it, to not do a design challenge or just walk away from design challenge is that first, for employer, it might not fair or not valid, not the right way to validate the designer's abilities as a team worker. So for example, if you are just graduated student, you probably have 20 hours during the weekend to work on this project. But if you're grown up like me, I probably just have maybe top to 5 hours to work for the same project. So you don't even know how much time and effort they spend on the same problem. And also because it's a take-home exercise, so you don't know their actual process and the ways they ask questions and the ways they collaborate with the team. So it's also not a right way to validate. So this is from the employer. And from the employee, like the job seeker, it's also like, okay, it's not fair. Like I mentioned, I only have 5 hours compared to another student have 20 hours. So it's not fair for me. And also, it's sometimes if you work on some practical problem for the employer, it might mean that you'll work for free, okay? And to solve their real problems for nothing, without getting any pay. So this is not fair as well. And those are the common thoughts. But now I will suggest you to do it. And why? Why should we do it? So it's about the fundamentals on a designer's ways of work. So for us as a designer, it's some kind of similar as a professional athlete. So we need to work out regularly. As an athlete, they need to work out regularly. They need to train to keep their state, to keep their mode sharp. And then as a designer, it's also creativity, problem solving. Those are our sword. Those are our weapons to be professional. And it's also need to practice. So doing a design challenge is a way, as a workout, to sharp your sword, to keep your sword sharp. What I mean sword here is the craft for designers, like ideation, problem solution, and storytelling, presentation, communication. So those are the things we want to practice. And doing a design challenge is a good opportunity to do that. So that's for your own good. And second is that it means that you can enjoy it and by doing something different from your daily work. What I mean is, as a designer, sometimes you work for a company or clients or on some specific project. There will be already some certain domains that you worked in this domain. And also there might be some constraints, tech constraints, resources that limit your scope in that domain for a certain solution. But a design challenge could be something out of your of your domain. So that could be a very good way to do something different, and also you can just enjoy it. For example, if you wish you can do more research on your daily work, but you can't, and by doing a design challenge, you can do something more. You can do more research and be involved with some methods that you haven't been able to be involved during your daily work. Right, so that's another good thing for doing that. And the third thing is about you can build cases. Right? Because after you finish it, it means that you complete it, and then you can review and to build a case study, to write a review, write a post, and to use it as a way to show, okay, you have this experience. And also because the design challenge will be walked through with your client or potential employer, you might get some questions, some feedback for your solution. And this is a very good way to validate your problem-solving skills or something that you need to improve as a designer. So that's a great way to get feedback about your craft. So because of that, I think you should do it, right? So that's the value you will get. And now let me share my story. And in the last year, I find a really interesting role, and I applied it, and also I've been involved with a design challenge, and I was briefed on this problem. I find it quite interesting, and it told me that, okay, I spent 6 hours to work on this problem, and then I just spent some time to do the research and find, oh, this is quite interesting. There's some part that I haven't been involved in my daily work, and I want to do more. So I just think about, okay, this could be a practice for myself. This is like a workout I can do. So I decide, okay, now I have a few days available because there's a holiday in between, and then in general I spend around 12 to 15 hours to do that. And basically, I don't think that's the time I spend for the company, for that role. That's the time I spend for improving my craft. It's like a practice. It's like using a project to practice my craft. So time well spent, and I not regret. And also, it's quite fun. I quite enjoy it. I even do some in-field research, like go to the spa to do some research, take some photos, and later we'll put something together. So yeah, that's quite fun. And also do some online surveys, user interviews. It's quite fun. I enjoyed it. And also the third thing is about, after that, I share with the employer, walk it through, and then I practice my presentation. And also during the Q&A, I be asked many questions. And after that, yeah, I didn't get the role. That's okay. Yeah, it's quite not often, right? It's quite normal. And but I got some feedback about my problem solving and Q&A, and I got some data for myself to improve on my professional career this year. So which would be a really good outcome for that. And also I haven't write it down, but I can, so that I can use it to write a case study to show my experience as a product designer. Right, so this is my personal story, and I've learned a lot, and I've gained many things from this case study, from this design challenge. So that's why I think you should do something similar, and don't think about the employer, think about you. You are the beneficial part, right? But still, I think if you're going to do some design challenge, there's still some principles, some rules. And for myself, I have a few rules for myself if I will be involved in some design challenge in the future. So first, I'll make sure that I can share it. The reason is that I want to use it as a case study for myself to improve, and I also want to share the experience to other people so that they can learn, and also this can be a tool to build my credibility. Right, so first I need to share it. So sometimes it will be like a fake question, a fake problem, and sometimes it could be, this design challenge could be a practical problem for the employer. I don't care. That's all good. But I need to know if I spend time to work on this, I need to share it. And second rule for me is it's not a priority, which means that if it's conflict with my day job, with my family time or other things, it should be like, okay, let's cut it off, right? And also don't spend too much time on that as well. And third is about having a goal or having goals for that design challenge, which means that what you can get. And for a job interview, that's okay. You said, okay, my goal goal is to get this job. But I think it would be like what I can learn from this practice, what the tools I will get be used. Like be familiar with, or anything that I can get from this case. So it's more about think about the goals before you get started. That's me. At the end, I want to share something relevant to what I've got from a colleague. And my colleague, as a designer, he is working as me as well, with me as well in a large corp. And he shared that in his previous company, when he worked on some like daily work, not with a lot of constraints, and sometimes he just used his free time to work on some possible solutions for the same problem, but it's not on the product roadmap, or it's not a priority, but he just like spend some time, maybe 4 or 3 hours during a week, and then work on this problem and get a solution. And then maybe 1 or 2 months, he just share with the team, hey, yeah, just a piece of things that you can get. This is my solution on this, and take a look. If you're interested, go to build it. If you don't, that's okay. Let's move on. So that's for free, and that's just a piece of available resource that you can get. I really like that, because that's also a good way to practice, and also to keep you on the track on the same business, and also like could be beneficial for the whole team, right? But the last thing on this video I probably want to share, for me, I probably want to do some more smaller size or bite-sized design challenge. Because if we consider design challenge, it's not only limited to product design or UI or website or UX. So it could be anything. For example, if I want to set up my home studio, I also need to do some research, and also I need to talk to people maybe, or it's a design challenge. How to do uplifting of my studio in the available budget and resource like space. Or if I want to build a reading habit for my daughter, she's quite young, and how to do that. And I probably need to understand her. I need to do some user interview with her. And yeah, there are some similarities on those things. So I've considered those could be a design challenge, and you maybe want to build your own workout program, also the same, right? So yeah, broaden our minds on design challenge, but make it the size is smaller enough that you're comfortable to do and comfortable to share. Right, that's the topic for today's coffee chat. Hope it makes sense and hope it's helpful. And let me know if you have any thoughts or comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.